Hi. Tonight we're going to talk about Unveiling is Awakening. Unveiling is a removal of all disguises, masks, veils, and screens we create with our mind and thoughts. We have eyes, but the problem is we don't have vision, because vision is looking into non-logical world beyond thought. We worry and have anxiety because we think and create obstacles to our true nature. So we miss out on consciousness. The inner knowing of consciousness helps us to overcome the barriers and hurdles we put up with in our mind in preparation for our unveiling. We suffer more in our minds than we do in the world because our stress comes more from our response to our thinking, not life itself. We need to learn to just be, being in the unknown without messing up things by overthinking, as answers and satisfaction come to us in consciousness. Thich Nhat Hanh says, people have a hard time letting go of their suffering out of fear of the unknown. They prefer suffering that is familiar. We are born from pure consciousness into a body and mind and are still consciousness. But in our formation, we identify with the material world more than the spiritual. Then we live and see only one side of the spectrum, the physical, not the spiritual, because we accumulate layers, coverings, or veils that block our pure awareness. Every person is a soul, a consciousness that is creative and creates. The problem is we forget this as we grow up and worry about our world. The physical world we are born into is constantly changing, and it is the dance of life as we transform who we were to who we are becoming. The dance gets confusing when everybody keeps telling us who, what, and how to be, and they contradict what we know is right. Who do we listen to? What do we do? And which way do we go? So we search for others to change our life. But change comes when we look into ourself, the mirror of consciousness. Mark Twain said, the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. When we are evolving back to our higher self, higher consciousness, it may be lonely because we go through periods of shedding energies that hold us back. Even our physical body sheds hair, skin, and nails, so our mind sheds ideas, beliefs, and concepts that no longer benefit us. Knowledge comes to us because we open up to it as it is always there, so we discover it by removing the coverings. Ideas served us at one point, but to go higher we must drop what holds us back. As Ralph Emerson said, people only see what they are prepared to see. When we evolve to our higher self, the consciousness within ourself and everything speaks to us in a quiet, tranquil voice. The small voice is not telling us to check our phone. That is our ego, as it is our intuition, our sixth sense, that is the force that is always with us. But we just don't listen. The Quakers call it the small voice within, as it tells us to enjoy life, unwind and uncoil, to play in the now. But we brush it aside. Osho says, first become alone, first start enjoying yourself, first love yourself, first become so authentically happy that if nobody comes, it doesn't matter. You are full, overflowing. If nobody knocks at your door, it is perfectly okay. You are not missing. You are not waiting for somebody to come and knock at the door. You are at home. If somebody comes, good, beautiful. If nobody comes, that is beautiful and good too. Then move into a relationship. Now you move like a master, not like a beggar. Now you move like an emperor, not like a beggar. Therefore, now is a good time to unveil, no matter what is happening around us, so we can rise above the situation and get a new perspective. When a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly, the other caterpillars think it is a threat because it is strange, mysterious, or creepy with wings. But with wings, it just flies away. Once we become aware, beyond the analyzing mind, we have no fascination to put down or judge those that criticized us, because they are just dormant, not awake. Spiritual understanding is deeper than the information many know us by, but very few understand us, because the soul does not always agree with what the people around us want. Charles Darwin said, "It is not the strongest or the most intelligent who survive, but those who can best manage change." Ding Ming Dao said, "Outside is form, inside is thought. Deepest is the soul." The soul is united with everything in one ocean of consciousness, as our world is created with our thoughts. We are part of that consciousness, but the veil of our mind makes us think we are separate and not a part of the one soul. Jesus talked about this, the collective consciousness, when he said, "I and the Father are one." The problem is we identify with the veil, so we seek, separate, and name things in the mind, keeping the veil active in our separation. We arise out of this ocean of consciousness like a wave, temporarily in the physical plane, and we think we are separate with our thoughts, when we are only on the crest of a wave, looking over at the other crest of another wave. But if we dive down deep in the ocean of consciousness to the soul, we realize we are connected. We get a taste of this unity, and when we are in love, we get absorbed in music, meditation, or get in the zone with comedy and sports. Ramana Maharishi said, "Mind is consciousness, which has put on limitations. You are originally unlimited and perfect. Later you take on limitations and become the mind." Thank you.